You built a company, you closed the deals, you outworked every room you walked into. So, why is your body the one thing you can't seem to win? You look in the mirror at 40 something years old, successful on paper, but you're soft in the reflection, and you tell yourself that you just need more discipline, but you don't. You've already got discipline dialed in. You've got more than almost anyone else alive. That's not the problem. I'm gonna show you what actually is. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know the real reason why high performers get stuck being soft after 40. It has nothing to do with willpower or your age. And I'm going to show you exactly what fixes it. My name is Nolan Nolm. I'm a pro football player for the Toronto Argonauts. I was a D1 wide receiver and two-time team captain at Eastern Washington University. And now I'm the founder of Make It Happen Coaching, where I've coached over 100 high performers who were elite in business, but stuck in their bodies. Here we have Jared, a founder. As you guys can see, he was 42 years old when he started on the program with us, and we got him shredded. He lost 40 pounds, got in the best shape of his life. So if Jared can do it, you can do it. There are 3 lies that are keeping you soft, and it's not discipline, it's not your age, it's not your testosterone. I'm going to kill all 3 of those. I'm going to give you the real reason and hand you the fix. I'm going to walk you through our 3-step system, and I'm going to give you a full breakdown throughout this whole video. Most men have this exactly backwards. So let's get into this. The first lie that I already have said multiple times is that you just need more discipline. If we come over here to the lies, you just need more discipline. That is not true. Like I said, you already have success in this area of your life. Think about this for 1 second. You wake up early, you hit deadlines, even when nobody's checking. You do the hard thing at work every single day, whether you feel like it or not. If raw discipline were the missing piece, you would already be shredded. You would already be in the best shape of your life. Angela Duckworth, the researcher who wrote the book on grit, published a study in 2015 in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. And there were 6 studies, over 2,000 people. She found that the men and the women with the best self-control weren't the ones that are white-knuckling temptation all day, but they were the ones that had built habits and systems so that the right thing always happened basically automatically. Self-control isn't willpower, it's structure. So you're not undisciplined. You've just never had structure and a system for your body the way you have one for your business. When you were maybe playing sports or when you're starting out in your business, the structure was handed to you. You had a coach back then. You had a schedule. You know, if you were an athlete, you had the off season, you had a standard. And when your career took off and took over, the structure left. And no amount of willpower can ever replace that massive void. So the fix isn't grinding your teeth harder and getting after it, it's installing a system. But there's a second lie, and it's even more comfortable to blame this one than the first because it lets you off the hook. And if you guys want a full guide, a free resource that I put together, go onto my Instagram. The link's down below. DM me Shred on Instagram. I'll show you exactly how to run our metabolic priming method, which has gotten over 100 high performers shredded. Okay, number 2, it's just my age. It's my testosterone. Okay, this is a lie, guys. And especially the testosterone. When we come over here, and it's not that you're just getting older and that your testosterone has tanked. Both are easy to feel true, but they're mostly wrong. So let's start with age. There was a study done by John Feldman in Massachusetts, and it found that testosterone in men declines only about 1 to 2% per year. That's very, very slow. That is not what turned an athlete into a soft 45-year-old in a single decade. What actually happened runs in the completely opposite direction of what you've been sold. Your soft body isn't the result of low testosterone. It's the cause of it. As you guys can see with this graphic here, body fat literally converts your testosterone into estrogen. The more fat you carry, the lower your testosterone drops. A 2024 study done in the International Journal of Obesity followed a bunch of men that were losing weight over 3 years, and they watched their testosterone continue to climb as that fat came off. Lose the fat, and your hormones will come up with it. And now I'm going to be super straight with you. Some men genuinely do have clinically low testosterone that needs a doctor and TRT. And that's a serious thing. And especially when we talk about your metabolism, your hormones, that is a serious thing. That's one of our specialties. But let's be real. This is really the root of it. That's a conversation that needs to be happened with, your physician. But for most high performers, the low T is downstream of the fat, the stress, the 5 hours of sleep. And if you fix those, it will move. You don't fix hormones to fix your body. You fix your body and the hormones follow. So if it's not a discipline problem, if it's not an age problem, if it's not your testosterone problem, then what is it? The real reason that you're soft is simple. It isn't your own fault. Because, like I said, when you had the coach, the system, all that stuff, this took care of itself. Here's two things that happened that destroyed you quietly. Every single time that you tried to lose this weight, that you tried to crash diet, you created damage. This is how most people approach fat loss. And you've probably been doing this for years. A cut, a cut, a cut. And then it doesn't work. You do a bunch of cardio and then it still doesn't work. And then you eat a little bit of food and carbs, and then all the weight comes back on. And then you're left on the Monday to Thursday cycle where you're going by Monday, quitting by Thursday, going overboard on the weekend, feeling like crap, and then restarting on Monday. Now, what we do is we do metabolic priming, which is a completely different method. I want to give you one more idea of why this has happened, right? When we lower food, when we try to cut, our body adapts and metabolism is going to fall faster than your weight actually predicts. So even though you've lost this weight, there can be up to a 500 calorie adaptive gap in the amount of calories that you're burning now. So no wonder you're going to have to just keep cutting more calories and you're just digging yourself into a deeper and deeper hole. As opposed to when you do metabolic priming and you add more food week by week and you use carbs correctly, that's what happens. But we're still focusing on your problem and why it happened. The second thing is that your daily movement collapsed, guys. They found here that NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, walking, standing, pacing, can differ up to 2,000 calories between two men that are the exact same size. So as an athlete, you moved all day. Back when you were eating more food, you moved all day. Now, when you did all these crash diets, it just slowed down this NEAT, which, like I said, up to 2,000 calories. We're talking about a lot of stuff. And the reason that you would rebound, right, is because you didn't have a structure, something to follow, and then you keep trying to do it on your own, and you think that's going to work, but you don't just undo years of suppressed metabolism, of crash dieting, of doing this cardio, of trying to do it yourself the wrong way. You don't just undo that with discipline and by looking it up on Google. That's not how you did it with your business. The fix is a system, right? That's built for your physiology, just like we did for Jared here, right? When we look at this, right, a crash diet turns our metabolism down. Priming builds it back up. This is what we do. We eat more, we build the engine, then it allows us to cut with room, and then we can stay lean all year round. It's something that fits your schedule because it's not the same when you were younger, right? You don't need more willpower. You don't need another crash diet or a testosterone shortcut booster that doesn't even work. The whole thing that we build with men, right? This is built in our system called the Bulletproof Shred. I want to give you guys some takeaways here. Here's the fix, right? We talked about it. Number one, install a system. You got to set training days. You have to have protein targets. Track your food, have macros, make it like a meeting, like a SOP in your business. You would not do this in your business. You would fire an employee that's operating at 60%, but you're doing it with your body every single day. 2, fix the body to fix the hormones, not the other way around. Lose the fat first. The energy and the testosterone are going to follow, just like we showed. 3, don't just lose weight. You got to build muscle while you do it because you can lose weight but still look terrible, right? The difference between someone at 15% body fat when they're 120 pounds and 180 pounds is much different. So high protein, heavy lifting. There's some simple things that you guys could do. One of the guys that I coach, Austin, a financial advisor with a real career and all the unsuccessful paper stuff, but then soft in the mirror story that he was living, right? Like he thought that he was just getting older, he was done being an athlete, but then we put him on the system and we got him doing metabolic priming, eating right, lifting, strip the fats, and he's shredded now. And imagine 6 months from now that you walked past the mirror and you don't look away. You don't turn the lights off after you take a shower because you just don't even want to look at it anymore. You want to check yourself out. And your wife wants to check you out now again too. She's more interested in checking you out than scrolling on Instagram. Your energy holds through the whole afternoon instead of just crashing it too. Your kids see a dad who moves like an athlete again, who is a superhero that they can look up to. You're living the life that you're capable of living, a success in every area of your life. You're finally elite in your body as you are in your business. And that's what happens when you stop blaming discipline and you put a system to this thing. This is not for everybody, what we do. It's for the high performer who's built everything else and then refuses to let his body be the one exception. If you want an excuse, your age is right there waiting for you. If you want the standard back, if you want a championship mentality and approach with your body, then this is exactly for you. So if that sounds like you, go click the link down below. There's a link to book in for a strategy call. This is only for people that are serious about going all in and being able to work with myself. Like I said, play pro football and have done all this stuff and have helped 100 other men do the exact same thing. And so I just want to see people be the best that they can be so they can maximize their income and your impact, because you are a leader, and how you show up every single day influences others either for the better or for the worse. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go click on my channel. I got a bunch more videos on metabolic priming, everything that we've done, interviews with people like Austin, talking through what the experience was like in the community. We'll see you guys in the next video. Comment any other questions you have, anything else that you want to see. Make it happen. Out.